Hey, tankers. We're going to have another set of double gameplay today, and this time we're going to bring in a little bit of a sneak peek of the IS2Sh, the Tier 8 grind event tank that is available in Blitz right now. This is a rear-mounted Soviet Tier 8 heavy tank that's actually a little pretty speedy and has some get up and go. I have mine wearing the legendary camo that it can get. So I'm just going to show you guys some quick games that I was able to capture. Nothing really spectacular here, no ace gameplay. But this thing is surprisingly bouncy, and the gun's not too horrible, so we're just going to take a look and see what we can do. So I do manage to put in a very, very nice shot into that IS-2 over there, the Tier 7 premium Soviet heavy tank that has one of the worst aim time dispersion in the game. Put another one in the T25 AT. Looking to try sneaking one into him. Bounce one. Donk my shot up into the bridge because Russian accuracy. So right now I'm just really trying to hard side scrape off this rock in front of me on any tanks that would be to the front of my tank, while trying to keep my turret hull down to those two Tier 7 tanks over there that don't have the best pen at their tier. I do pick up another bounce there. The T25 AT on the enemy team is doing a pretty good job here. I accidentally put a shot to the IS2. I was really looking to put one on the T25 AT and try to get the kill on him, but at this point I'm just going to try taking as much damage as I can. My team is down a tank. We are pretty much tied on cap points, but pretty soon here things are going to start to go very wrong. You can see me checking over to the side. I can see that there's a Tiger 2 that's about to be pushing up, and I really don't want him to get the rear of my tank because despite being pretty well armored, getting some really nice troll bounces off the back of my tank, this tank doesn't have nearly as much side armor, rear armor as it does front and side armor. So I do put one into the Tiger 2. You can see that which tank he's trying to decide what tank to shoot. So he does end up either penetrating the front of my tank or my cupola or something, but I do manage to pick up the kill on him. Trying to side scrape off to this Indian. He does penetrate me, so I take my second shot of damage. So I push in, get to this wall, hope that maybe he'll go for my upper plate. He doesn't go for my upper plate. Instead, he doesn't pick up a shot. I'm just trying to side scrape, draw him into getting a shot. He does set me on fire, but I do bounce a shot off my other side. I'm going to be pushing around here, just trying to look to put as much damage in. I can see at this point we're down 2 tanks, so I'm starting to get a little bit worried. I burn adrenaline because I want to get the kill on this tank. So I kind of just do a little bit of a wiggle and dance, and he takes off my track. So I do pick up the kill, but we are now down 3 to 5. They do have some pretty weak tanks in terms of hit points over there, but at the same time they do have a Borsig, and my 2 remaining tanks haven't necessarily covered themselves with glory. And the enemy team has a massive cap point at this point in time, so my thought here is I really wanted to push in and try to stop this KV-13 from getting a kill. I donk the shot into the ground, which ends up costing me a lot. So I'm just trying to face hug him, try to stop him from being able to penetrate my hull. He bounces off my turret. I switch to the Borsig because it's a lot more dangerous tank. He fires HE. It really gets my driver hit. Bounce shot off my side. Look to see if I get a shot for a kill. Don't get it. My dead driver stops me from really being able to do the most that I could, but I do manage to put an extra shot. At this point, the enemy team then caps out, so it was a loss. But as you can see here, I did do right around just 1 hit point under 3.6k damage. So yeah, now we're going to jump into another little bit of gameplay after this. Although I do really want to draw your attention to how much credits I really did earn there. I had earned 73,000 credits, which is pretty good for a valiant effort battle. Alright, we're just going to hop in really quickly here into another little bit of gameplay. This is going to be a supremacy match on Port Bay. It is very short, and I don't do a spectacular amount of damage in the slightest. However, I think this clip is pretty entertaining. The fact that I just got so many bounces off this tank It is very troll, and the armor I think on it is probably my most favorite all over. Although the Defender is comparable, as is the IS-6. The Glacial, for me, has really lost a lot of its potential because it can't side scrape as well as this tank. And I think this tank has a little bit better gun for my playstyle, and the penetration on this tank is very spot on. So I'm deciding to push into C. You can see that they have one tank pop up, bounce a shot, bounce another shot. I'm trying to push in, bounce another shot, take one shot from the T-44. At this point, I was starting to get a little bit worried. T-44 had pushed in, put one shot, hoping my team can just start pushing in to do a little bit of damage. So I'm in a really awkward spot. I have tanks on my side, tanks on my front. The gun elevation on this tank is not the good, so I donk a shot into the dirt there. At this point, the shots just start, the bounces just start racking up. So I take a hit, looking for a shot on that guy. I'm on 184 health. Bounce, bounce. Put one in the lightweight. Just trying to stay alive. Another bounce. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce. Put one right through the T-23E3. Another bounce. Just trying to get maybe another one, and then I end up getting killed by that T-44. So I do stop the recording at this point in time because I was getting frustrated and I exited out. But I do believe that my team did end up pulling off the win in this one. I only ended up doing about 1,200 damage, but that little clip really showed the effectiveness of the armor in brawling situations, and I just wanted to drop that in here for you guys' enjoyment. We will have a first class gameplay coming up right after this. Alright guys, this is going to be the third little bit of gameplay that we're going to have for tonight, and tonight I'm going to be again with my platoon mate, Zax in his IS-6. I am the IS2Sh, obviously, as this video is all about the IS2Sh. As you can see, there is a non-decked out IS2H on our team, and this IS-3 just really gets in my way, and I wasn't happy at the time, but whatever. Alright, so we're going to push in. You can really see that this thing has a lot of get up and go. For its size, you'd imagine it to kind of be like the VK 4502B, which is a pretty slow and lumbering tank. And for the amount of bounces that I showed that we got in that last match, this thing has pretty troll armor. So again, it's Supremacy. I had Supremacy missions, and since spare parts are at such a premium, I want to complete missions. So I'm deciding to push down into this little low valley over here because there are some rocks and other stuff where I can kind of remain hold down and side scrape and just generally wreak havoc. Gun depression on this tank isn't the best, but it is okay. It's workable. I do apologize for the way that this recording is slightly choppy in parts. So I put a shot right there into that Pershing, right through his turret, looking for the shot on the side of this T-34 1776. I do put a shot into him. He's starting to back up. At this point, you can see that they're capping two of the bases over there, so there's probably only two tanks on this side. Push out, looking for the shot. Do put one into him, get the track, and I hope somebody was going to kill him, but nobody does. So me and the other IS2Sh decide to push up. And there's a Lurve and a one-shot T-34. Lurve goes right through my lower plate. Does do damage to me. High-pen guns will go through this tank. Don't rely on it. I decide to go for the Lurve because I was a little bit greedy there for the damage. Trying to side scrape off this rock, but the IS2Sh on my team wouldn't really let me get to the rock, so that Lurve doesn't manage to put a shot through my drive wheel. I pick up the kill on the T-34 1776. IS2Sh on my team gets damaged. I decide to burn under island because we really need to get this Lurve down, because despite the fact that my team are in the lead, the enemy team does have a pretty significant hit point advantage over there on the other side of the map. So we did manage to knock out the Lurve finally. I'm on one kill. I'm pushing this way in this tank. Again, the mobility does help. I was trying to push over there to help my platoon mate, but didn't end up working out. So there's 2 full health tanks over here. T-25 AT, well, was full health. Bounced the shot on the side of the IS-6, which, again, IS-6 is incredibly troll. Side scraping off this rock, trying to see if I can get a bounce. Put one into him, pick up the kill. Now I want to get the damage on this IS-6, so I managed to bounce a shot from him. I'm going to drop down here, try to get to his rear, and try to tag team him. Unfortunately, I land on a rock, donk up my shot. So I'm thinking, oh no, I'm not going to get enough damage. IS-3 on my team puts a nice damaging hit into that IS-6. I pull back, call the ammo rack, and pick up the full health, pick up 1,000 health ammo rack after I called it to my platoon mate. So, pretty good surprise, and it was a pleasurable game. So as you can see here, I did pick up the first class for a very low amount of damage, but I did get a healthy pile of credits and a very low amount of spare parts. So, just going to walk you through how much damage I've done and end it off with that 1,077 health ammo rack on the enemy IS-6. Thank you very much. If you like this content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please expect a full IS2Sh review in the next couple days, and hopefully I can pick up the Ace gameplay to give you guys a little bit of Ace gameplay in there with commentary. I'll do a full stats rundown, maybe see if I can't pick up some screenshots showing the armor, what it looks like, side scraping and such. So thank you very much. Have a nice day, and I will see you later.